Hey there, my name is Angela, and today I'm going to give you 5 tips to help you start reading more. A little bit of background on myself. In middle school and high school, I was that kid whose parents would have to tell them to stop reading at 2 a.m. in the morning. But then I went to college and I actually was a philosophy minor, and that involved a crap ton of assigned reading, and honestly, it made me despise reading over time. And I graduated college in 2016, but for the longest time, I couldn't finish a book for the life of me. I would start one, read about the first chapter, and then just totally give up. Until recently. A little less than a year ago, I started reading regularly, and this year I set a goal to read 12 books for the 12 months, I suppose. And right now I'm on book 10, and I've been consistently reading, and these tips helped me out, so I hope they help you out. My first tip is to choose a book that actually interests you. I think for a lot of people, especially around my age, when you want to start reading, it's because you want to learn something or you want to improve yourself somehow. But if you pick up a book that is purely just for learning and doesn't truly interest you, then you're not going to finish it. I know, because that happened to me. The way that I initially started getting back into reading was I picked up a book that I couldn't put down. For me, that book was The Three-Body Problem. It's a science fiction book about first contact with aliens, and if you know me, I'm obsessed with aliens. So it hooked me in, I couldn't put it down, and before I knew it, I read a 350-page book for the first time in years. So that was the book that I got started with. Then I started reading more nonfiction books, and I developed a habit of reading by first choosing a book that actually interested me. My second tip is to start small. Now I know I just said that the first book that got me back into reading was 350 pages long, but the first nonfiction book I read after that was only 110 pages. I feel like if I picked up a Bible of a nonfiction book, then I probably wouldn't have finished it. Let's be real here. And if you're trying to get back into reading and you pick up this 500-page boring ass book, odds are it's not going to work out. So start small, choose something that's less intimidating, and odds are you'll actually be able to finish it. Tip number 3 is set a daily page goal. So if you want to start reading on a daily basis, you should set a daily page goal. And just like with tip number 2, you should start small. For me, even today, I've been reading for about 6 months now. My daily page goal is 10 pages. 10 pages, it's easy, it's doable, and you can get it done either when you wake up, before you go to bed, on your lunch break. And just having that goal in mind makes it easier to stay on top of. Tip number 4 is to dedicate a time to read. So what I mean by this is set a specific time that you will read every single day and follow through. If you set an intention saying, I am going to read at 10 p.m. every day, then when 10 p.m. comes and rolls around, you know at that time you're supposed to be reading. When it comes to forming any habit, having a dedicated time makes it easier to do said habit. So if you set this time specifically for reading, rather than being all willy-nilly about it and saying, I might not get it done, I don't know. It's more likely to get done. So set a specific time and hold yourself true to it. My last tip for you guys today, tip number 5, is to make reading easy for you. And what I mean by this is make your book readily available and in your face so you can see it and you think, oh, I gotta read. And one way you could do this is every morning, if you make your bed, or even if you don't make your bed and you have your pillow there, place your book on your pillow. So that way later that night, when you're about to get into bed, you have to move that book in order to get access to that pillow, and that should be a signal for you to read. So those are the 5 tips that I have for you today. If you think that they are doable, let me know in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Until next time, bye.